guys, Tech Junkie here, back with another video. Today I'm going to show you a little something I like to do with my Xboxes every couple of months. Before I get into that though, I want to let you guys know I did pre-order the Xbox One Duke controller. It does come out near the end of March, maybe beginning of April, I don't know exactly yet. But once I get my hands on that, I'll do an unboxing and review video for you guys so I can show you all its uniqueness and loveliness. But I mean right now, if you do want to get your hands or reserved one, you can go on to GameStop.com. Currently, I think they're the only ones doing pre-orders as of right now. So yeah, check that out. Anyway, today I'm going to be showing you how to clean your Xbox Ones. And this really works for any of them. It's a little different with each console just because you can go from like a vent on the S to a solid top like the X. You don't really need that much stuff actually. For me personally, I like to use just some compressed air and a little rag dust thingy. This is more of just the way I do it. You guys don't have to do it. I'm not saying I'm a professional in any way. If you guys have better ways or just want to leave some other tips, leave it down in the comment section below. I would recommend using like a microfiber cloth just because it won't scratch the console, especially if you have the original Xbox One, just because that one has a glossy top. But for most part, for like the matte finish on both the S and X, shouldn't have too much problem with it. So the first thing I like to do, we'll start with the X, so a little bit more. First thing I like to do is just go through the entire console and just wipe it off, get any dust I have. I actually have not cleaned this since I have gotten it, so it's been a little neglected. The top part is usually where all the dust gets in, especially like this little crack in here. You can't really see it that well. So basically what I like to do is just put a little finger in there and just kind of get it all in there. Wipe off the vents and all that. But basically right now all you're doing is you're just going to wipe off all that dust around so that when you do use the compressed air, you're not blowing more dust into the console. I want to get on the back side of the vents just because that's where all the air is being blown out of. Actually, I think it's this side. And then you can get a little bit into your ports just because that's all where a lot of dust does get settled in and you don't want dust to have any effect on your gameplay experience. It's kind of hard to like hold this one and do it because it is so heavy. And then the front is kind of the same. Oh God, don't drop it. You just want to get inside the crevices, especially the disc tray. There's a lot of dust that sits in this bottom part of it. Just get in there, dust the top. Same thing with the sides. You can just make a little finger and just wipe all that dust out. With the original Xbox One, you don't have to do this as much just because that one doesn't have as many cracks and crevices as these guys do. I think we got most of the dust out from the outer layer. So when it comes to compressed air, you always want to make sure you do not, obviously for obvious reasons, put it right into it because compressed air can be bad for electronics if used wrongly. Another thing I would like to recommend is don't just blow it right at it because all you're going to do is shove that dust right into the console. So really what I like to do is get it from the side, about a couple inches away. Basically all you're doing is just getting all that dust away. Doing a little too close. And it will look like water's coming out, but it's just the air. It's really cold. Hopefully this doesn't. Again, not a professional, so if you don't feel comfortable doing this, don't do it. It's just what I've always done. Usually you do want to get this bottom part too, because that's where all the air goes in and shoots out the back. So right here is where a lot of dust can get stuck in. This side doesn't really have much ventilation as the other two, but it's still nice to get it off. And so basically, I mean, that's pretty much it for the X. If you're doing the original Xbox One or the S, it can be a little different. I'm gonna move that up. For obvious reasons, on the S and X, you do have the bigger vent on the top. For the original one, the one that just has all the slants and it's bigger, I personally like to get that finger again and just swipe off each individual slant. It does take a little time, but to make sure it looks nice. When you're using the compressed air on this little guy right here, the vent, you don't want to just sit there and blow at it because it is kind of bad for the fan if you try to rev it itself because it can only take so much at a time. So basically when you're airing this, you're just going to do little bursts of air just to make sure you get that dust. Like I can see the fan moving, but not that much. But basically, just making sure you get all that air. And then again, for this console in particular, you're just gonna wipe off all the crevices. It doesn't have that indent as much as the X did. Once you're done, basically since you just shot a bunch of air at it, there can be dust now outside the console, and basically all you're gonna do again is just re-wipe it down, make sure everything looks nice and solid. And then for the X, the original Xbox One, not the X, that guy does have a glossy finish on the top. I would recommend like one of those polisher type fabrics. It's smooth, it gets it all nice and clean. Obvious reasons it's gonna still look scratchy just because that's the way gloss finish is, unless you can keep a good care of it. But yeah, basically that's pretty much it for cleaning it. I only do this maybe once every couple months. I usually do it within at least 2 months, but I haven't been able to do this. The X hasn't actually this is its first cleaning, so we'll see how it handles that compressed air. I mean, again, this is for electronics, so it shouldn't hurt it. But yeah, basically that's all you guys are gonna do. It's very simple. If you guys have any other tips, tricks, or questions, please leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.